Lesson 1: Grocery Trip Adventures.
Yo, Anna, I was thinking of going grocery shopping. Wanna join?
Ooh, yes, I'd love to. Grocery trips are always more fun with a friend.
Awesome, it'll be like a little adventure.
Definitely. What kind of things are you planning to get?
Well, I need to restock my fridge and pantry basics.
Same here. Maybe we can swap recipe ideas while we shop?
Sounds good to me. I'm always looking for new meal inspirations.
Me too. Oh, and we should make a list beforehand so we don't forget anything.
Good call. I hate when I get home and realize I missed an important item.
Totally. Alright, let's brainstorm a shopping list before we head out.
Okay, let's see. Top of the list, definitely more fruits and veggies.
Yes. Can't go wrong with stocking up on fresh produce.
Absolutely. And we'll need some proteins like chicken or fish.
Ooh, and maybe some healthy grains like quinoa or brown rice.
Definitely. And don't forget the snacks. Gotta treat ourselves a little.
Lesson 2: Last-minute travel plans.
Hey Anna, I'm trying to book a trip but I'm not sure if I should do it in advance or wait until closer to the dates.
Oh, that's a good question. There are pros and cons to both options.
Yeah, I'm trying to weigh the benefits of each. What do you usually do when you travel?
Well, it really depends on the type of trip. For last-minute getaways, I often book closer to the dates.
Okay, that's good to know. What are the advantages of booking later?
Well, you have more flexibility if your plans change. And sometimes you can find really good last-minute deals.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. What about booking further in advance?
Booking early has its benefits too. You can usually get better prices on flights and accommodations.
That's a good point. And I suppose you have more time to plan and get excited about the trip.
Exactly. Plus, popular destinations and hotels tend to sell out quickly if you wait too long.
True. I definitely don't want to miss out on my top choices. This is a tough decision.
Why don't you take a look at your travel dates and see what the price differences are for booking now versus later?
Good idea. I'll check a few different scenarios and see what works best for my budget and schedule.
Sounds like a plan. Let me know what you end up deciding. I'm happy to help talk it through more.
Will do, thanks Anna. This was really helpful.
Lesson 3: Scholarship Applications.
Hey Anna, I've been looking into some scholarship opportunities and I think I've found a few options that I'm eligible for.
That's great, John. What kind of scholarships are you considering?
Well, there's a really prestigious one for students in my field of study, but the competition is pretty intense.
I see. What are the requirements for that one? Do you think you have a strong application?
The main requirements are a high GPA, relevant extracurriculars, and a compelling personal statement. I'm feeling pretty confident about my application.
Wonderful. What other scholarship options have you found?
There are a few more general scholarships that I'm also looking into. They're a bit less competitive, but the awards are smaller.
That's a good strategy to have a mix of options. Have you started working on the applications yet?
I began drafting the personal statements, but I wanted to get your input before I finalize anything.
Of course, I'd be happy to take a look and give you some feedback. When are the deadlines?
Most of them are due in the next couple of months, so I'm trying to get everything together as soon as possible.
Okay, perfect. Send me what you have so far and we can go through it together. I'm sure your applications will be great.
Awesome, thanks so much, Anna. I really appreciate you taking the time to help me with this.
Lesson 4, Summer Shopping.
Hey Anna, I found this great store that has an amazing selection of summer clothes. Want me to show you?
Ooh yes, I'd love to see. What kind of summer styles did you find?
They have all the latest trends, really cute dresses, stylish tops, and comfy shorts.
That sounds perfect for the hot weather. What's the store called?
It's called Sunshine Boutique, it's just a few blocks away. Wanna head over there together?
Definitely. I need to pick up a few new pieces for my summer wardrobe.
Great, let's go. I think you'll really like what they have.
Awesome, lead the way. I'm excited to see all the options.
Okay, follow me. It's this really cute little shop with a really nice vibe.
Sounds perfect. I can't wait to check it out and do some summer shopping.
Me too, I have a feeling we're both going to find some great stuff.
Lesson 5, Traveling by Bus and Train.
Morning, Anna, have you ever taken the bus or train to travel somewhere?
Yes, I use public transport a lot. It's a great way to get around.
That's cool. Do you ever have any trouble with language barriers when you're traveling?
Sometimes. But I try to learn a few basic phrases in the local language.
That's a good idea. It must be tricky navigating a new city if you don't speak the language.
It can be, but I find people are usually very helpful if you make the effort.
That's good to know. What's the best experience you've had traveling by bus or train?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I really enjoyed taking the train through the countryside in Italy. The views were just breathtaking.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I'd love to do a train trip like that someday.
You definitely should. It's such a relaxing way to see the sights.
I bet. Maybe we could plan a trip together sometime, if you're up for it.
That would be so much fun. We could explore a new city by bus and train.
Sounds like a plan. I'm already getting excited about the possibility.
Me too. We'll have to start looking into some options.
Absolutely. This is going to be great, I can't wait.
Lesson 6: Redecorating your home.
Hello Anna, are you doing any home renovations lately?
I've been thinking about changing up the decor in my living room. What do you think?
That's great. What kind of changes were you considering?
Well, I'd love to get some new curtains and maybe replace the old light fixtures.
Those sound like good ideas. Changing up the lighting can really transform a space.
Definitely. I'm hoping to find something more modern and energy efficient.
That's smart. And new curtains can instantly freshen up a room.
Exactly. I'm torn between going for a bold color or sticking to neutrals.
That's a tough call. What's your general style preference?
I tend to lean more towards a minimalist, Scandinavian-inspired look.
In that case, I'd probably suggest sticking to some nice neutral tones.
Good point. That would help keep the space feeling clean and airy.
Absolutely. And then you can always liven it up with some accent pieces.
That's a great idea. I'll have to start browsing for some fun decorative items.
I'm sure you'll find the perfect pieces to tie it all together.
Lesson 7: Meeting the new neighbor.
Hey Anna, did you hear we have a new neighbor?
Really? I noticed someone moving in next door yesterday.
Yeah, I saw them unloading a bunch of boxes. Should we go introduce ourselves?
That's a great idea. It's always nice to welcome new people to the neighborhood.
Definitely. I'll bring over a small housewarming gift, maybe some homemade cookies.
Ah, that's so thoughtful. I'll tag along and we can say hi together.
Sounds good. Hopefully they're settling in all right.
I'm sure they'll appreciate the warm welcome. It can be tough moving to a new place.
Absolutely. Let's head over now while they're still getting situated.
Okay, let's do it. I'm excited to meet them.
Me too. This is going to be fun.
I agree. New neighbors can be the start of great friendships.
Definitely. Alright, let's go introduce ourselves.
Lesson 8, Refreshing the Home.
Hi Anna, I've been thinking about freshening up the house a bit. What do you think about changing the curtains and replacing the old light fixtures?
Hey John, that's a great idea. The living room could use a more modern look. What were you thinking for the curtains?
I was thinking something light and airy, maybe some sheer white panels. It would really open up the space.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. And for the light fixtures, were you picturing anything in particular?
I was browsing online and saw some really nice minimalist pendant lights that I think would look fantastic. They'd bring in a sleek, contemporary vibe.
That does sound perfect. I'm excited to see how it all comes together. When did you want to start on this project?
Well, I'm free this weekend if you are. We could hit the home store and get everything we need.
Wonderful, let's do it. I'm really looking forward to giving the living room a fresh new look.
Awesome, it's a plan then. This is going to make such a difference, I just know it.
Absolutely, I can't wait. It'll be so nice to have a more inviting and up-to-date space.
Definitely. Alright, let's get shopping this weekend and get started.
Lesson 9, Kiwi Ancestry.
Morning Anna, did you know that most people in New Zealand are descended from British immigrants?
Really? I didn't realize that. I thought New Zealand had a more diverse population.
Yeah, it's something I just learned about recently. Apparently, a large portion of Kiwis have British roots.
Wow, that's fascinating. I wonder what led so many people from Britain to settle in New Zealand.
From what I understand, a lot of it had to do with the British colonization of the islands back in the 19th century.
Ah, I see, that makes sense. New Zealand must have seemed like a promising new land for many British settlers at the time.
Exactly. The climate and resources were appealing, and the British were actively encouraging immigration.
Interesting. Do you know if the indigenous Maori population was significantly impacted by all the British immigration?
That's a good question. I believe the Maori culture and people were quite affected, though the details are a bit hazy for me.
I'd be curious to learn more about that history and how it shaped modern-day New Zealand. Sounds like there's a lot of intriguing cultural dynamics there.
Definitely. I'm going to have to do some more reading on the topic. There's clearly a rich history behind New Zealand's demographics.
For sure. It's always fascinating to uncover the backstories of a country's population. Gives you a deeper appreciation.
Agreed. I'm glad we got to chat about this, it's definitely piqued my interest in learning more about Kiwi ancestry.
Same here. Always fun to discover new bits of cultural history. Let me know if you come across any other interesting facts.
Will do. Appreciate you taking the time to discuss this with me.
Lesson 10, Finding Peace of Mind.
Hey Anna, can I ask you something about finding peace of mind? It's been on my mind lately.
Sure, what's up? I'm always happy to discuss ways to achieve more inner peace.
Well, I feel like I'm constantly stressed and overwhelmed these days. Do you have any tips for prioritizing what's truly important?
That's a great question. I think it's so important to be intentional about what we focus on in order to maintain our peace of mind.
Exactly. I feel like I get caught up in all the little things and lose sight of the bigger picture.
I can definitely relate to that. One thing that's really helped me is taking time each day for reflection and self-care.
Ah, that makes sense. What does your self care routine look like? I'm always open to trying new things.
For me, it's things like journaling, going for walks in nature, and practicing meditation or deep breathing exercises.
Ooh, meditation, that's something I've been wanting to try. Do you have any tips for a beginner like me?
Absolutely. I'd suggest starting with just 5 to 10 minutes a day and focusing on your breath. It really can make a big difference.
Okay, that sounds manageable. I'm going to give it a shot. Anything else you'd recommend for finding more inner peace?
Another big one is learning to let go of things outside your control. Worrying about those things just drains your energy.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. Focusing on what I can actually influence rather than stressing about everything.
Exactly. Prioritizing self-care and letting go of the uncontrollable, those are key steps to cultivating more peace of mind.
I really appreciate you sharing your insights, Anna. I feel motivated to put some of these practices into action.
Lesson 11, The Natural Life.
Morning, Anna. I heard you've been using more organic products lately. Tell me more about that.
Yes, that's right. I've been making the switch to natural and organic skincare and household items. It's been a game changer.
Oh, that's interesting. What made you decide to go that route? I've been curious about it but haven't made the change yet.
Well, I started doing a lot more research into the chemicals and toxins in a lot of mainstream products. It really opened my eyes.
I see, that makes sense. What are some of the benefits you've noticed from using organic stuff?
For one, my skin has been so much healthier and more radiant. The natural ingredients are so much gentler.
That's awesome. And what about for household cleaning and stuff? Any differences there?
Definitely. The organic cleaners are just as effective, but without all the harsh fumes and residues. It's been great.
Wow, that's really good to know. I'd been a little hesitant about switching, but you're making it sound super appealing.
I totally understand the hesitation at first. but I can honestly say it's been such a positive change for me. Highly recommend giving it a try.
Alright, you've convinced me. I'm going to start looking into some organic skincare and cleaning products. Any brand recommendations?
Ooh, I'd be happy to share some of my favorites. Let me jot down a few names for you to check out.
Awesome, thanks so much, Anna. I really appreciate you taking the time to tell me more about this natural lifestyle.
Lesson 12, Grocery Run.
Hey Anna, don't forget we need to swing by the grocery store this weekend.
Absolutely, John. I was just thinking about that. Is there anything specific you need me to pick up?
Well, I was hoping we could stock up on some fresh fruits and veggies. Maybe grab a few of our favorite seasonal items.
Great idea. I've been craving some crisp, juicy apples and maybe some asparagus or zucchini.
Ooh, asparagus sounds delicious. And some nice ripe tomatoes would be perfect for salads.
Definitely, and we can't forget the berries. Blueberries or strawberries would be a lovely addition.
For sure. And we should probably grab a few ingredients to make a healthy smoothie or two.
Definitely, some spinach, bananas, and Greek yogurt would be perfect for that.
Awesome. This is making me hungry just thinking about it. I can practically taste those fresh veggies already.
Me too. It's going to be so nice to have a fridge full of nutritious, seasonal produce.
Absolutely. Alright, let's make sure to stick to our list when we get to the grocery store.
Good plan. I'll bring my reusable bags so we can load up without any waste.
Sounds good. This is going to be a fun, healthy grocery trip. I can't wait.
Lesson 13, Hotel Hospitality.
Excuse me, could I get some help with my luggage?
Of course, sir. Let me give you a hand with that.
Thank you so much, I really appreciate the assistance.
No problem at all, it's my pleasure. I'm happy to help.
The service here has been excellent so far. I'm really enjoying my stay.
I'm so glad to hear that. We strive to provide a wonderful experience for all our guests.
Well, you're certainly succeeding. The staff has been incredibly friendly and attentive.
That's wonderful to hear. Enjoy the rest of your stay, we want you to feel right at home.
I definitely feel at home. The accommodations are top notch.
Fantastic. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do to make your stay even more comfortable.
Will do, thanks again. You've been a fantastic help.
It's my pleasure. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.
You too, take care.
Lesson 14, Feeling Good.
Hey Anna, have you noticed how good you've been feeling lately?
I have. I feel so energized and positive these days.
That's great to hear. It's wonderful when we can feel that sense of well being.
Absolutely. It's not just about our physical health, but our mental and emotional state too.
Exactly. Feeling good isn't just about our body, but our whole being.
Definitely. I've been trying to focus on nurturing my overall well being.
That's a fantastic approach. What kinds of things have you been doing?
Oh, little things like getting enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, and exercising regularly.
Those are all such important pillars of well being. And how about mentally and emotionally?
I've been practicing mindfulness, doing activities I enjoy, and spending time with loved ones.
Those sound like wonderful ways to nourish your mind and spirit. It's so important to take a holistic view.
Absolutely. When we care for ourselves in all these ways, it just makes us feel so much better.
I couldn't agree more. It's amazing how that good feeling can really radiate outwards.
Definitely. It's like a positive ripple effect on our lives and those around us.
Absolutely. I'm glad we're both making that a priority. It's so valuable.
Lesson 15, Theater Buzz with Anna and John.
Whoa, Anna, I heard you went to see a really popular show the other day. What's the scoop?
You bet. I had the chance to see that new musical everyone's been talking about.
A new musical, huh? Was it as good as everyone says it is?
It was even better. The theater was absolutely packed. I heard there were over 700 people squeezed into a 600-seat venue.
Wow, that's crazy. Must have been a pretty hot ticket. What made it so popular?
The buzz around it has been off the charts. Apparently, a notice had to be posted saying they'd reached capacity and had to turn people away at the door.
Dang, that's insane. People must be really excited about this show. What did you think of it?
I was blown away. The vocals, the choreography, the set design, it was all next level. I can see why it's the talk of the town.
Sounds like an amazing experience. I'm kinda jealous I missed out. Maybe I can still snag some tickets before it's too late.
Definitely try. The run is supposed to be pretty short, so tickets are going fast.
Good to know. I'll have to jump on that. So, what was your favorite part of the show?
Ooh, that's tough. But I'd have to say the closing number really blew me away. The energy in the theater was electric.
Oh, I love a good closing number. Makes you want to jump up and cheer, right?
Absolutely. I was tempted to start a standing ovation right then and there.
Ha, I can just picture it. Well, you've definitely piqued my interest. I'm gonna have to try and see this show for myself.
Lesson 16, Catching Up with John and Anna.
Yo, Anna. I feel like it's been ages since we last caught up.
I know, right? We should totally get together and fill each other in.
Definitely. How about we grab a coffee after school? I'd love to hear what you've been up to.
Sounds perfect. I've got so much to tell you, you won't believe it.
Ooh, do tell. I'm all ears. What's been going on in your world?
Well, you know that big project I was stressing about in school? I ended up getting an A on it.
No way, that's awesome. I knew you could do it. You're such a rock star.
Ah, thanks. And get this, I also joined the school play. You'll have to come see it.
The school play, huh? I didn't know you were into theater. That's so cool.
I know, it's a bit out of left field for me. But I'm really enjoying it so far.
Well, I can't wait to see you in action. Let me know when the show is and I'll be there.
Will do. And what about you? Anything new and exciting in your world?
Let's see. Oh, I know. My family and I are planning a big trip after school lets out.
Ooh, where are you guys going? I'm so jealous, I wish I could tag along.
We're thinking about heading to the beach for a week.
Lesson 17, John and Anna's University Adventures.
Hey Anna, you'll never guess what happened to me at university today.
Oh, do tell. I'm on the edge of my seat. What crazy shenanigans have you been up to?
Well, you know that big presentation I had for my business class? I totally nailed it.
Shut up, no way. I knew you had it in you. Your professor must have been impressed.
You bet. She even said I should consider pursuing a career in public speaking.
That's amazing, John. You're a natural. We should celebrate your success.
I was thinking the same thing. How about we grab dinner at that new sushi place on campus?
Ooh, sushi sounds delightful. I've been wanting to try that place out.
Perfect, it's a date then. I'll even splurge and get us an order of those fancy rolls.
You spoil me, you know that? I can't wait. So, what else is new in your world?
Let's see. Oh, I signed up for a pottery class as an elective.
Pottery, huh? I didn't know you were the artsy type. That's so cool.
I figured it would be a nice change of pace from all the business courses.
I bet you're a natural at that, too. You're turning into quite the Renaissance man.
Haha, we'll see about that. I'm still trying to get the hang of it, but it's been fun.
Lesson 18, Decorating with Personal Momentos.
Yo Anna, have you been sprucing up your space lately?
You know it. I've been thinking a lot about how to personalize my apartment.
Nice, what kinds of things have you been adding?
Well, I've been hanging up some of my favorite artwork and photos.
That's a great idea. Displaying personal mementos really makes a place feel like home.
Totally. I've got some really special travel souvenirs too that I want to showcase.
Oh yeah? What kind of souvenirs are you thinking of putting out?
Well, I've got this cool handcrafted vase I picked up in Morocco.
Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Where else have you been traveling lately?
I just got back from Japan actually. I've got some really neat origami pieces.
Awesome, origami would look so cool as decor. How are you planning to display it?
I'm thinking of getting a nice little shelf or cabinet to keep it all organized.
Smart move. You don't want your mementos looking cluttered.
Exactly. I'm trying to strike the right balance between personal and put together.
For sure. And don't forget about lighting, that can really make your pieces pop.
Lesson 19, The Evolution of Free Agency in Sports.
Yo Anna, have you been keeping up with all the big moves in the sports world lately?
You bet. The free agency period has been crazy this year.
No doubt. It's a far cry from how things used to be, that's for sure.
Definitely. The landscape has really transformed over the years.
Absolutely. Now the players have way more power and control.
Yep, gone are the days of teams holding all the cards.
For sure. Free agency has really given athletes a lot more leverage.
Totally. But I'm sure some team owners aren't too thrilled about it.
Haha, yeah, I bet they're not loving having to open up their wallets.
No kidding. But it's a necessary evolution to keep the talent happy.
Totally agree. The best players deserve to be compensated properly.
And it creates more parity and excitement in the leagues.
For sure. The balance of power is always shifting now.
Exactly. No more dynasties ruling the roost unchallenged.
Exactly. It keeps things more competitive and unpredictable.
Lesson 20, Embracing Eco-Friendly Living.
Yo Anna, have you been making any changes to be more eco-friendly lately?
Definitely. I'm really trying to do my part for the environment.
That's awesome. Every little bit helps, you know?
Absolutely. I've been making some simple swaps in my daily life.
Like what? I'm always looking for new ways to go green.
Well, I started using reusable grocery bags instead of plastic.
Nice, that's a great first step. I should do that too.
And I invested in a reusable water bottle instead of buying plastic ones.
Smart move. Cutting down on single use plastics is so important.
And I try to limit my energy use at home as much as I can.
Oh, yeah? What kind of changes have you made there?
I make sure to unplug appliances when not in use and turn off lights.
Awesome, little things like that really add up over time.
Exactly. And I've been trying to eat more plant-based meals too.
Oh, wow, that's super eco friendly. I should probably do that more.
Lesson 21, Name Recall Challenge.
Morning, Anna. I've got a tricky question for you.
Oh boy, this should be interesting. What is it?
Okay, so you know how sometimes you meet someone new and then suddenly their name just slips your mind?
Ugh, yes. That's the worst. It's so embarrassing when that happens.
Exactly. So, what's the best way to handle that situation? I don't want to come across as rude.
Good question. I usually try to subtly reintroduce myself and say my name again. That way, they can do the same.
Ah, smart move. I'll have to remember that one. What if it's been a while since you last saw them, though?
Ooh, that's even trickier. In that case, I might say something like, "It's been a while, I'm terrible with names, remind me of your name again?"
Okay, I like that approach. Puts the focus on your own memory lapse rather than theirs.
Exactly. And most people are pretty understanding about that. They just want to feel remembered.
You're right, that makes sense. I'll have to practice that next time I'm in that awkward situation.
For sure. No need to stress about it too much, though. It happens to everyone.
That's true. As long as you handle it gracefully, it's not the end of the world.
Definitely. Just a little name recall challenge, that's all.
Ha, I can handle that. Thanks for the tips, Anna.
Lesson 22, A Delicious Debate.
Hey Anna, I've got a question for you. What's your favorite type of pizza?
That's a tough one. I'd have to say I'm a big fan of pepperoni. How about you?
You know, I'm more of a veggie pizza kind of guy. I love all the fresh toppings.
Interesting. I can definitely appreciate a good veggie pizza too. Though I do think pepperoni has an edge in terms of flavor.
I can see your point. But you can't beat the crunch and variety of veggies, in my opinion.
That's true, the textures are really nice. Maybe we need to find a pizza that combines the best of both worlds.
Ooh, I like the way you think. We could get half pepperoni, half veggie. That way we both get what we love.
Perfect compromise. Now we just need to find a good pizza place that will do that for us.
I bet there's a spot downtown that would be willing to split the toppings. Shall we go check it out this weekend?
Sounds like a plan. I'm already getting hungry just thinking about it.
Me too. This is going to be one delicious debate.